right now.
In the jewelry room?
They were all in the jewelry room. I think that's one of them at the front counter. No, that's not him. They're all in the jewelry room.
One already saw me.
Yeah, that's the mother.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
How are you?
All right.
Who are you here with?
Him? You with me?
Step over here.
Where?
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind
Might have gone to
you.
the bathroom. She might have gone to the bathroom. She might have gone to the bathroom.
Arm away from your body.
Why you detain me?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay, great.
We're going secure in 2 males now. We are trying to find a female involved.
Copy.
See this? Can you bend your elbow just a little bit? There you go. There any back doors?
How many people were there?
What was she wearing?
White tracksuit.
Yeah, we're not sure where the female is. Black tracksuit for the information we have.
Man, I didn't see anybody in the parking lot. That would go back to the back. Is there a female you were with?
I wasn't with a female. This is what happened.
Is that your car?
This is my car.
Okay. I'm going to sit down, but I'm going to leave the door open. Okay, just face me.
Female suspect. Yeah, we're in an all black tracksuit.
You wanted to say something to me?
That's for
You said something. You said this is what happened.
Oh, no, I'm saying these people called me and asked me, could I get the people that we in there with? Because you put me in
Yeah, homeboy, the big guy, the other
Yeah.
big guy. That
Yeah.
you're here with him.
I'm not with them. I
Okay.
brought them here, though. They called me and asked me, could I get a check cash for them? So I called Formers and asked him, could he cash it? He said, yes. So I showed the big guys where Formers was. That's what I done.
Where's the female that was with y'all?
She was in the bathroom.
She was in the bathroom? Hey, where's the bathroom?
I think you Rob checked it.
Check.
One and I love the truck.
Don't forget my watch.
Yeah.
Full video. Are you good right now?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Can you push my glasses up on my face, please? Thank you.
Do me a favor, have a seat right here for me. This is going to be a lot comfortable in the back seat of my truck.
I don't have no checks. I ain't seen the checks or nothing.
Okay, so
All I know is I called him and told him.
you're just the wheels.
No, I'm not even the wheels. I'm showing them.
You're just like a middleman.
I called them and told them.
I got you.
They asked me did I know where to cash the check, and I called Formers, and Formers said he could do it.
Okay.
They're not from here, so
Where are they from? Do you know?
I don't know where the they from.
Okay, scooch in.
You live in Ohio currently?
Mm-hmm.
What brought you to Tallahassee?
We actually down here on vacation.
Okay.
I came down here.
What have y'all done so far?
I just came down to see my brother.
You got family live here?
No, well, I call him my brother. I went to school with him.
Do you know what the amount of the check was?
It was like 119,000 total.
$119,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
69 or something, whatever they said. I don't know exactly. I haven't seen no check. I hadn't seen nothing like. But I called Formers and asked them at first, and I was like, damn. So I called Formers, and he said he could do it. So
Okay.
they came from wherever the hell they was at, and they came here. And this morning they said, well, meet us at such and such spot, and I followed them. Well, I showed them how to get here.
Where'd you meet him?
We met in Valdosta.
Okay.
Have you been made aware of this constitutional rights? The Miranda warnings yet? Okay.
That was all that you did.
That's it. I ain't did nothing.
Okay, you didn't have no check. You didn't pass.
No, I ain't got no check. I ain't got no check. I don't do that. Yeah. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now about this investigation we are currently conducting?
I don't even know what are you conducting.
Okay. But do you have questions for me? I mean,
Well, I'm with him.
You with who?
I'm with him. I don't know what's going on.
okay. I have an idea.
Why you calling off this kind of phone?
No, this the police phone.
600. I did have eyes on it.
Why, you in trouble?
Sealed out.
No, the boys that remember I told you I was taking these boys to come cash this check?
Yeah.
The checks they had, I guess, was something got to be wrong with them.
What they doing to you?
No, they just got me detained until they get it figured out. Like I said, they know that I ain't got shit to do with it though. But I just call and let you know to get the kids. Because I won't be back by 2:30.
Okay.
All right.
That's crazy.
So basically, this is what we have. We have someone came here and attempted to cash a fraudulent check or stolen check using a fraudulent ID. You have been identified as a person as being involved with that person. Were you involved in the lady trying to cash a check?
I wasn't involved with her. I just met her today.
You met her today?
Yeah.
What was she trying to do?
She was trying to cash a check when we walked in.
Okay. Were you aware of what kind of check it was?
No.
Were you aware how much the check was?
No.
Okay. Why were you with her?
No, I said she was in when I walked in.
So you don't know who she is?
No, I just met her today through TJ.
Okay. What was your purpose of being here?
We cashed a check.
You cashing the check as well?
Yeah.
Where is the check?
They have it.
Okay.
He looked at it, and then next thing I know, I went to buy a watch, and then you guys walked in.
Buy a watch from here.
Yeah.
So, based on what you just said, you just attempted to cash a check with a fraudulent ID.
Right.
Okay. Now that check that TJ gave you, it does not belong to you. He gave it to you and asked you to cash it.
Right.
Okay. And what were you supposed to do after you cashed the check?
Give the money to him.
Okay. How much is the check?
I have no clue.
Okay.
How much were you supposed to get in return?
I wasn't getting anything. I wasn't getting anything besides my girlfriend, my son being safe.
What do you
What do you
mean?
mean by that?
They were supposed to have somebody sitting outside of my house in Ohio. They said if I didn't do it, then they was going to take care of it.
Hey, the guy who was in this Challenger, not the one that left, but the guy I have in the jumpsuit, you know what I'm talking about?
He might not know, but yeah, he was the driver of this car.
Black sweatshirt with a Air Jordan symbol on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was his involvement?
I believe he was just there with them supervising, but he did come inside.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
But he didn't pass the check or anything?
Not that I saw, no sir.
Your family, I want to make sure they're safe. When last time you spoke to you, is it your wife and your kids?
My girlfriend, yeah.
When last time you spoke to her,
I spoke to her maybe about an hour ago.
is she okay?
And she at the house.
Is she aware of what's going on?
No.
Okay, what is her name, phone number, and address?
The address is my address. Her name is Bianca.
So this address here,
Howard. When it's wifey, you can FaceTime her.
is she here in Tallahassee?
No, she's in Ohio.
Okay.
Hey, baby. Everything okay? Can you look outside? I'm here with Tallahassee PD. They want to make sure that you're safe. They want to make sure you're safe. That the dude didn't send nobody over there to with you. Remember you asked me if I was going out of town, I couldn't tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah, me coming down here to try to cash a fraudulent check. Yeah.
So what? Okay.
I just want to see your face and make sure you're safe. So it might be a police officer pulling up later just to make sure you're good. But you asked me why I had to leave so soon. This is why.
Wow.
Well, I didn't want y'all to get injured. You were the kids, so
But you call her back short.
I'll call you back shortly, okay? Love you. No.
Ain't even worth it, bro.
No, it ain't. I ain't even getting no money. I'm just getting make sure that my wife and my girlfriend and her kids is okay.
So he told you that if you don't assist him, he'll hurt your family?
He didn't. It was the dude that was in the back seat of the Charger, the Challenger.
See this right here?
I said as soon as I walked in. And the only thing that was running through my head was, like I said, bad situation.
Let me take this risk.
Huh?
I said, let me take this risk and jeopardize what I got so I don't be there for my family.
The dude TJ, how long have you known TJ?
I didn't know TJ previously until last summer we got into it, and it's been hell ever since.
So you met TJ, got into it over what?
I used to bounce at the club.
So you met him in a bouncer capacity?
Nah, I threw him out.
So you threw TJ out of the club.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since you met him last summer, what was it? How many times have y'all interacted with each other?
He's pulled up to my house, say probably about 10, 15 times.
How did you find out where you lived at?
Because I work on cars.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I don't know if one of his people he sent to him for me to find out, but he would stop by the house. I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? My girl and her kids here. Because I just want to let you know that I got you. I'm like, what do you mean got me? He said, you know, when I make that call, you'll know. I'm like,
and it's all because you threw him out of the club.
Yeah. Well, I beat him up, but.
Okay. All right.
I mean, he shot at us that night.
The night you threw him out.
Mm-hmm.
Did you file a police report?
Yeah, it should have been all that.
You did.
Oh, me personally, no. I think the bar that I worked security I did.
Well, were you documented as a victim in?
No.
And so if we fast forward all the way to yesterday, he showed up to your house with 2 other dudes, and you get in and y'all head to Georgia.
Yeah. I
Tell me about that.
My girl, she was like, where you finna go? Because she seen the van pull up. And she said, where you finna go? I said, I got to make a move. Can't tell you, but I'll be back.
Did they call you and tell you they were coming?
No. That's the funny part.
So you ain't even packed?
No. What you see me is what I left here.
What do you mean by you had to make a move, though? That seemed like you knew something was about to happen.
Because TJ said that if I do anything to it, when he make that call, don't tell nobody or stuff will happen. And my girlfriend and her kids will stay with me.
What do you mean he called you?
No. When I talked to him before, like he called me a couple times before. But it was always, I know what you're doing. And that's all he would say when I hang up the phone. It would be random numbers.
I know. He said, he know what you're doing?
Yeah.
What you doing?
That's what I want. The only thing I do is work on cars in my house.
So prior to him picking you up yesterday, he would make phone calls to you.
It would be random numbers.
I know what you're doing.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, he just show up unannounced yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
To pick you up with 2 dudes in the backseat.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
I was sitting on the couch. Door knocked. I heard the door knock. I answered it. I'm like, what are you doing here? Because I should up and get in the car. Told my girlfriend, said I'll be back. Just know I'm good. Because she don't know what's going on.
At any point, did you know what you was about to go do?
No.
He never told you?
Never told me.
Was there any conversation in the car?
It wasn't no conversation.
Y'all talking about anything?
I sat just like this with my seatbelt on. Because the 2 dudes behind me, one had like, I want to say it was like a Glock. And the other dude had like a silver revolver.
Okay. You see these guns. How do you see these guns? Where are these guns at?
They on their lap. When I got in the van, I looked back and I seen both of them right there. And I'm like, oh shit. And he was like, get in the car.
So he was kidnapped at not at gunpoint, but you was kidnapped.
Right.
And the gun was presented to you. And you saying you was in fear, so you went with it.
Yeah, I went with him.
So you do realize, obviously, you were attempting to, whether you tell the truth or not, completely separate yourself from any wrongdoing.
Oh no, I take responsibility for walking in trying to cash this.
Oh no, but see what you're saying, you did it under duress.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to do that.
It's a cool story, and I ain't saying you lying.
Right.
I'm just saying that's what's happening. You're trying to completely separate yourself from any wrongdoing at all.
Right. I mean, but the guy was like, you getting paid off of it. I'm like, I don't get paid off of nothing.
But there's also other things, there's other aspects where it sounds like you had full control of your phone the entire trip.
Mm-hmm.
At any point you could have told your girlfriend, hey, this what's going on. You could have told her, listen, they got me at gunpoint, they taking me I don't know where, don't call the police. You don't even sound like you did that.
Mm-hmm. Because you can ask my girl, every time I FaceTimed her, the dude was behind me. And I FaceTimed her and I was just talking to her like this. And I made it seem to her like I was just going down here just normally.
For what though? Like if I'm your girlfriend, I'm gonna be like,
I don't want her
doing?
I don't and she did, she cussed me up one tree and down the other, trust me. But he said somebody was gonna be riding past my house when the police officer asked me if I could make a call, I said, can I please FaceTime my girlfriend? I said, can you go outside, can you look out the window, make sure there's nothing in front of the house? And she said, there's nothing out there. I said, okay, cool. And then he said he was going to see if they could get a contact with Columbus PD to see if they could ride by and check on the house for me.
Or help us to identify TJ. How would you do that? Because this is somebody you dealt with on the club scene multiple times.
Yeah, he cut his dreads off. Only thing I know is that he a big time baller. That's the only thing I know. Every time he used to come in, he'd come in with bottles.
Who you know that know his real name?
Nobody. Everybody called him TJ. I don't know if it's what it stands for, if it's Todd or because everybody there is always just nicknames.
The issue that I have with this is that you drive 18 hours or however long it takes to get from Ohio down to Tallahassee. You meet these people you don't know, and they just by a miracle have an ID that has a picture of you with the same frames you're wearing now and all your personal information, your date of birth, all this stuff. How does that happen?
This, I have no idea because I don't know none of this on Ronald, whoever he is.
Right. They're actually having you pretend to be somebody else.
Right. Like I said, I didn't know that until we got
how did they get the image?
That's what we trying to figure out. Like, where did that picture? It's you.
Right.
You know you better than anybody. You should be able to tell us where you took that picture at.
I take pictures all the time.
Yeah, but you take mugshot license style pictures?
No, I don't. Only time I do those is like when I'm taking a selfie.
That's not a selfie, though.
Yeah.
I think there's more to this, Justin.
It gotta be. It don't make no sense. Where they get the picture from?
I'm telling you what I know.
Foreman's is a hot spot right now for this type of thing, for treasury checks. This is probably the 6th or 7th case that we've worked with treasury checks at Foreman's. No other store, nor the pawn shop, nor the business in this city gets treasury checks, fake treasury checks, real treasury checks, where people are trying to pass them off as theirs, all right? No other store, no other business. So this we're familiar with. The way that the part that you play in this, we're not familiar with.
Right.
So it comes off as if you've created a story to protect yourself.
No, I don't have nothing to protect myself from, besides making sure my girlfriend and her kids are squared away.
Well, the officer's working on that, but these are federal checks.
And these, like I said, the guy in the Challenger handed him a FedEx white
That's
envelope.
typically how it's done, yep.
And then when he got back in the car, TJ opened it up, and he said, here you go. Here's this, and gave the ID to the other chick.
Right. But every time we've worked this case, the people who are coming in to utter these checks are active participants in this because they're going to get a cut if they get the money out.
I wish I would have knew that it was worth that much money.
Why?
Because I would get a cut. We go fight $37,000.
But that's not your money.
Listen.
And you got kidnapped.
Listen, $37,000. I would have made some shake with $37,000. I would have put something on him.
That contradicts everything that you told us.
Man, listen.
You told us that you got kidnapped. Now
Right.
you're saying if you would have known how much it was, you would have made sure that you got a piece of it.
I didn't see the check until I went to Farmers.
That goes against everything that I thought about you.
Okay.
Why would somebody as nice as Howard, who just simply got kidnapped, want to steal money from people?
$37,000. I could run for $37,000.
And you doubling down on it. So why should we believe your story? You doubling down if you saying on the point you said, if I would have known how much money this was, I would have asked for a cut.
I would have took the whole thing.
You get what I'm saying? So basically, you said you was stole.
Yeah, and then got my ass on down the way.
So that
I would have got back to Ohio and moved.
So that strengthens our belief
that I got something to do with it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. If I had $37,000, I would have definitely moved, packed up. And
let me tell you, Detective Hill and Detective Pinkerton.
This ain't y'all first time rodeo.
You wouldn't have done what you said you would have did.
You know what I would have done? I'd have been in my car. I'd have texted my girl. I'd have said, get the hell down to the police station, take the kids, pack up real quick. And once these guys got out of the car while you were sitting it by yourself because they're all going into the store and getting gas, I'd have hauled tail.
So you a grown man.
You didn't do that.
I can't run. I need
Don't
2 hips
matter.
and 2
You
knees.
don't need to run. You just need to take the opportunity to get away from them when you saw them go in the store. Because you said a little bit ago, They all got out. I stayed in the car. I never got out of the car.
I didn't say they all got out.
Hey,
I never once said they all got out of the car.
OMG.
Howard, your story is so wild that when you have to sit before a judge and a jury, they might laugh.
Okay.
I have a question for you. So how well do you know TJ?
Last summer.
But I want the description you gave to the officer. Well, how well do you know him?
I told him that he was my brother.
Yeah.
That we went to school together.
Why would you do that?
Oh, bro.
One lie after another. This is not going well for you.
Because I don't, this is my wife, is my girlfriend and her kids, okay?
Your girlfriend and the kids are going to be contacted by law enforcement. We're doing a welfare check on them.
Okay, cool.
Want to understand why you are not telling us the truth.
Okay.
I mean, come on.
Are you for sure that the cops is going to go there?
I'm telling you right now, officer just called in probably about 5 minutes, and they are going to go do a welfare check, and then I'm going to talk to your girl. So I want to make sure that the person I'm face to face with right now is going to tell me the truth, and I'm not going to hear about it from her.
Okay. You're not. She's going to tell you exactly what I'm going to tell you. TJ pulled up, said, get in the car. Okay, let's get in the car. He said, don't worry about nothing. I got everything covered, and you're not finna snitch me out. I said, snitch you out for what? He was like, I got something for us to take care of. Dude, what are we going to take care of? He was like, you don't need to know all that. Just know you owe me a favor. I'm like, how do I owe you a favor? When you threw me out the club, you made me shoot my brother. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So he feels like I owe him. So he said he's going to have somebody sit in my house, sit in front of the house, make sure that I do what I need to do so I can come back to it. He never took me. The two dudes in the back, they didn't have the guns though. That is for sure. But as far as TJ, he just told me to do it, and if I don't, something's going to happen to them.
So what about shooting the brother?
Who, me?
How did you make him shoot his brother?
Because we threw him out the club. We threw him out the bar that night.
So somebody
We
got
beat him
shot
up.
that night?
Yeah.
How many people got shot that night?
Shit. I want to say it's only him. Because it wasn't even on the news that somebody got shot. It just said shots was fired at the bar.
What's his brother's name?
That I don't know. Like I said, I know TJ because he come in and out the bar. Every time he come in with a crowd of people and females.
This is TJ's real brother that got shot?
I'm assuming so. I mean, why else would you hold a vengeance at me when I was just doing my job? Like, you don't have it against nobody. You don't have it against no other security guard that worked that night.
Well, here's the thing, though. But
But
what
you mad at
security
me.
guard went fists with him?
I did.
Okay, that's why, probably. Not saying that was right, but let's remember what happened that night, okay? You said that you threw him out for whatever reason, and when you threw him out, things got physical, and you beat him up.
Mm-hmm.
So he was pissed. And then somebody was shooting. Police
No, he
come.
was shooting.
Okay, he was shooting. You didn't declare to be a victim. Law enforcement was on the scene. Obviously, they were called.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he said he was gonna give you a part of that, and you agreed to it.
After we left the first place,
Mm-hmm.
he said, I'm going to give you $1,000 so that way you can get back home.
So it was barely a cut. It was just so you get back home.
I didn't know how much the check was until I went to Farmers or whatever it's called.
And the two dudes in the backseat had guns.
Yeah, that is
in a threatening manner, or did they just have guns?
No, they was the dude that was back driver had his gun on, had his hand on his. It was in his waistband. He had it right there. He had his hand on it the entire time.
Did you feel threatened?
Yeah, but TJ was like, he ain't gonna do nothing unless I tell him to. So long as you cool, we good.
I don't think they're gonna find anything from talking to her. I mean, he could. That would change the outcome of you going to jail.